We're now recording. Bill, once again, it's your birthday, and as a kind of commemoration, we all have fond memories of 1967-68. So in order, Lynn is going to start us off.
Okay, this predates 67, 68, and for the life of me, I can't remember where I heard this. Very possibly could have been from Bill. But when young Bill Fraker was a captain in the Field Artillery Advanced Course at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, General MacArthur passed away. And in a early morning class, the instructor made an announcement that General MacArthur had passed away. And young Bill says, "Who got the glasses?"
Or the corn cob pie.
That's it.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll start off. This actually relates to Spofford as well as Bill. When Spofford tore the antenna off the tail of the aircraft doing a carrier start, the first thing he did was, once we landed at Pleiku, was right across the runway, right to the orderly room, and to tell Fraker what he had done before the maintenance people did. And after he got through, spilling all the beans, Fraker looked at him and said, "Get the hell out of here. You hadn't done anything I hadn't done yet."
Okay.
I'll go.
I'll go with this time. I think I told you guys this before about Fraker trying to get in our poker game. I wouldn't let him in, and he didn't get upset. He just wanted to get in. That we just wouldn't let him in, and he tried it a couple days in a row, and we still wouldn't let him in. So he just kind of stomped out of there, and then he'd come back and look for about a half an hour, and then walk out and go somewhere else, and then come back and look for another. You got an opening? No openings, nothing like that. So, something on the order of that is what that's how happened. I think he did get into a couple games we had, but not many. Not many at all. I still don't have you guys at all.
Well, I just got a note that we're going to run out of time, and I tried to upgrade, but I'm not sure I was successful. So let's see what happens.
On my screen, it says meeting time left 8 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, so we need to move on here because I'm not sure I upgraded.
So, okay. One day I get a call. I got to go with Fraker. And I guess, as his wingman. So it's him and Scroggins. Anybody remember Scroggins?
Scrotum?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember Scrotum.
Yeah. So we head up to Khartoum. In fact, out east of Khartoum, and I'm up high, and for some reason they're close to nap of the earth. I don't know if Fraker's supposed to be giving him a check ride or what. But anyway, they're low leveling all over the place, and all of a sudden I see this green yellow stuff, kind of like a lima bean, fly all over. And apparently they hit a banana tree. I have no idea who was flying the aircraft, but I think I was told to just shut up about it.
Well, let me take my turn. One of our reunions we had, I think it might have been the one down in New Orleans. Bill showed up and he brought his diary with him, and he was very generous to let us all read his diary, and a lot of it was very moving, actually. But the one entry on April 28th, 1968, Bill's entry was, "Leary had an engine failure. Put it down without a scratch. Beautiful job. I made him an Avenger as a reward. Bill, if I had known not then what I know now, I might not have been so careful." But Bill, thank you for making me an Avenger.
Let me tell you my fun story, and that was the safety meetings we had every week. And in these safety meetings, he used a lot of French words, and that was being nice. Anyway, everybody would take bets on how many it was going to be. And one time we got up to 50. The highest I remember was 80. And I'll never forget that. Neither will he. Lynn, you weren't there then.
I just started to say, what safety meetings?
Oh, no. With all the accents we had, there was a safety meeting every week.
Maybe I used my cuts or something for the safety meetings.
I can remember him walking down one of the dirt roads or something like that, and that neck out like a chicken or something, just screaming, "Fish, you!" or "Webster, you!"
I remember walking out of one of the safety meetings once, and I think somebody said, I think we're afraid to crash and burn because if we go to hell,
That's
Fraker's
right.
going to come down there and get us and make us go back.
That's exactly right.
We were all so young, and we thought, boy, what a jerk. And then it turns out in his diary, he was getting an ulcer trying to keep us alive.
Yeah, for those folks who haven't read that diary, I'm going from memory, but I think Ron read it too. You wouldn't believe how many prayers he said for us. I mean, he was seemed to be a very religious guy, very dedicated guy. But to Ron's point too, he worried about us continually, and I didn't realize that until I read his diary. It was really moving.
This is not funny, but after the crash with Elmer, I'm in an operating table, and they're trying to put my face back together. I think it was a dental surgeon, and I didn't know this, but Bill told me later he was there the whole time while this guy was doing it.
Hey, Butler showed up.
Dicky-doo.
Either that or the Grim Reaper.
We got a little picture of you.
There he is.
Yeah. Dick, can you hear us?
Click the unmute button.
No, he got this far. Let's not have him press any more buttons.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. Good point.
Okay.
Just hold what you got,
He
Dick.
doesn't have a microphone.
You don't have a microphone for some reason.
Was everybody
Next time I
sure?
had to start like an hour beforehand for Dick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the recording because the last time I did this, the file got really huge, and I'm expecting this to be a monster file too.
Okay,
You
wait
make
a minute.
we hadn't
I got
heard-
one
we hadn't
one
heard-
thing to add.
One thing to
We
add.
haven't heard
Okay.
from Shoemaker
Okay.
yet.
Fraker is the only person I know that wrote his own obituary and now has to go back and do revisions. I have a copy of his old obituary.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
Shoemaker, you got to have a good story.
I have one.
Go for it.
You know, Bill had a stealth mode. And going back to that poker thing where he was just absolutely shunned and said, no, you can't do it. We had a guy in the platoon, and I can't for the life of me remember his name, but he was ex-Air Force. And he had a very strong connection with the mess hall guy over in the air base, over at the Air Force base.
John Sparks.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And he would go over there and about once every 2 weeks and bring back a case of really nice steaks. Well, all of a sudden, guess who showed up at the barbecue pit? And that was the only time that we saw him outside of the headquarters building or something.
Yeah.
Or at least me.
That was John Sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
When did Bill take over as CO? See, Neil Leva was the CO when I left, and Bill was the XO. I left in I guess it was, I don't know, about mid-May or something like that. I can't remember for sure. Of '68.
Well, I came in middle of April, and I believe you were Avengers 6 for at least at least a month and a half, 2 months. So yeah.
No, it wasn't two. It wasn't 2 months. We'd Floyd in May, and it might have been late May. I don't remember for sure, but we came back in May. So it seems to me like it was probably June or July that he took over. I don't know how much time Neil had left.
Well, he had to be CO because he made me an Avenger. I don't know. Could the XO do that?
Ain't neither one of them did it when I was there. There's only one guy. There's only one guy in the platoon that did that.
I understand. Thank you, sir.
I knew him pretty well.
Yeah,
And we always needed people.
So I'm showing less than a minute.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
What happened? Does
Wouldn't we want to do this again? A couple of weeks?
Yeah. Let's.
Pat, why don't you set it up? We'll go in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I'll
28.
I'll throw a
Thursday
date
before
out there.
Memorial Day.
Same time, May 28th.